Good afternoon, guys. It is November 2nd, 2022. This video here, I want to talk about some vacuum cleaner options that I would look at. These are some options that I would consider on Amazon. And yeah, so let's get right into it now. This Kenmore crossover, basically, it'll even load. I think is a decent option. It is not in any way, shape, or form my first choice. I'm going to tell you why. Basically, the only good thing about it, well, there's many good things about it, but there's a few things that I would think would kind of pump the brakes on if you're considering this. Number one, it's $400. That is a very steep price for something that doesn't have a ton of parts available. The only thing that I can think of is like the Type QC bags are widely available, but like the brush roller for the power head, I don't know if you can actually replace that. I could be wrong, but that's just something to think about when you're looking into these. I think they're a good vacuum cleaner for what they are, but there's just a few things that I would kind of like think about. And again, you're looking at like $400. For my $400, I would look into something else. Now, there are a few other options. There's actually many other options. Next one here, this is an upright, and I think that this simplicity is a pretty good option for the price. This is about what you would pay for a Shark, maybe a little less. But I think you get better features. It is bagged. Bagged vacuum cleaners are just generally going to hold up longer. They are designed to just keep everything out of the motor. That's the biggest advantage of bags, is being able to keep dirt, dust, and debris out of the motor. And so, as you look here, the other thing is right here you can see you have a metal brush roll. That is like almost unheard of in this price range. Quality wise, I don't know, like build quality wise, I'm not sure like how good it would be considering the price. But from the looks of it, it looks like it would be a fairly good option. You can replace the brush bristles in the metal roller brush. The bristles slide out, and it's very easy to do that. It takes a very common bag. Takes Riccar Simplicity Type A bags, which are everywhere for these. And it's got a nice long hose. It's got some tools. It's a very basic vacuum cleaner, but it's very, very reliable, and easy to take care of, and it should last you a good long time if you take good care of it. It also has a headlight here, which is not very common in a lot of vacuum cleaners today. It is not an essential thing that you have to have, but it is something that I would say is definitely a plus, because if you're in a dark corner, in a dimly lit room, in a closet where there's no light, it is helpful to have. Your next option here are these Oreck vacuum cleaners. Now, Oreck has been around for quite a long time. They are really good. I don't think these new designs, excuse me, I don't think these new designs are quite as good as the old ones, but they're still very simple, still very basic, will get the job done. They are pretty darn reliable, and they will last for a long time. They're lightweight, they're easy to service as far as I'm aware. They're not quite as simple to get into as the older ones were, but these parts are still available, and the Oreck CC bags have been around for decades, and that's what these take. So, excuse me. And you got headlights, LED strip headlights across the front. And yeah, and the bags are massive. They will last you months and months and months in your house. My Oreck that I run in my house, I don't have to change the bag for like 6 months or so. Now, it's not my primary machine, but it is very simple. The Sharks I would not even consider. Considering what they ask for Sharks, I think you have much better options for the price. Sharks Shark does not supply replacement parts at all. They do not have great customer service. They do not follow through with their warranties. They're just awful that way. I do not recommend them. Eurekas, I would stay away from those. Those are garbage nowadays. They are not like they used to be. In terms of a canister vacuum cleaner, straight suction. Uh-oh. I can see it's trying to find connection. So, let me see. Okay. Sorry about that. My internet is not the best, but it works. So these Eureka Mighty Mite canisters, as you saw, I have one. Not a bad price for what these are. I wouldn't say these are the best, but if you just need a little bit of attachment cleaning, or maybe you have a small studio apartment with all hard floors, or you have an RV or something like that, these are excellent machines. Um, they give you a nice array of attachments, and so far I've had mine for 3 years and I haven't had any problems. I've used it pretty hard and I have not had a problem with it. So it is very lightweight, very easy. The bags for them are all over the place. It's such a common machine. Um, so yes. So let me see here. Boo, boo, boo. Let's see. The Miele C1, I think Miele's are wonderful. However, maintenance-wise, they can actually get expensive, so you just have to be mindful of that. And I always advocate sticking with the genuine bags and parts when you're investing in an expensive machine. And so there's that. I'm trying to find like fairly budget friendly options. Now there's a lot of stick and cordless vacs, and I've said it before, but I think they're great for in between cleanings, but do not buy them for your entire house. It is just not going to work. Unless you have like a tiny RV or something like that. But that's pretty much it. These Hoover wind tunnels. Now, Hoovers are outstanding for what they are. Again, they're not made quite like they used to be like 20 years ago, but they still are quite a nice machine. This Hoover Wind Tunnel Whole House Rewind is great. It's bagless. I do strongly recommend bagged machines. I think they're just going to last longer and they're going to hold up better. But if you have to go bagless, these are the machines that I recommend here. Hoover, by far, aside from Dyson, is one of the best bagless manufacturers that I've seen. And Hoover does supply parts fairly easily. They don't really give you a hard time about it. They don't withhold parts from you. They don't jack up the prices way up for no reason, you know. So for $100, if you're in the market for a vacuum cleaner this holiday season and you're on a tight budget, I would look into this Hoover Wind Tunnel Whole House Rewind. It is model UH71350V. So I would look into that. Whether you're getting it for as a gift or you're getting it for your home to spruce up for the holidays, I think it is wonderful. This time of year, we're going into the holiday season where we're going to have guests in our house. We're going to have people over. We're going to have entertaining. Messes are going to happen. So I think it's a good idea to consider what's out here if you need a vacuum cleaner. These Kenmores here, I think that's a pretty fair price for what this is. Again, it's a bagged vacuum cleaner. It takes the common type QC bags that have been around forever. It's got a power head, so it's for carpet and hard floors. And it's not overly large either. I think it's a good mid-size vacuum cleaner in terms of the canister market. Let's see here. Now, these Kenmore Intuition bagged vacuum cleaners. Right here, I'm going to pull one up. Now, these seem like a good idea, and I like the idea of them. It's a good thought. However, therein lies a problem with, again, the supply of parts. It's pretty much just like a shark in a lot of ways. Now, I will say that it is bagged, which I think is outstanding. I think bagged vacuum cleaners are just better made and are going to last longer. In general, not all the time. But however, these bags that it uses are like a weird bag that no other machine takes. And so if down the line, this machine gets discontinued or something like that, these bags might become harder to find over time. And so unless you're willing to stockpile these bags, I would just kind of reconsider and think about that. But then also getting into the power head to replace the brush roll, things like that. I don't know if that's actually going to happen very easily. So, I'm trying to find a few that will work. There's a whole slew of options. And again, for the price of that, I think there are some better options out there. These Kenmore uprights, right here. Now these, I think, in terms of the bags, they use the Kenmore Type O bags, I believe. Yeah. So those bags have been around forever. However, there's a lot of bells and whistles, and as I always say, the more complicated things are, the more likely that problems are to be. The brush roll has the motor inside of it, and so if the brush wore out or something like that, you cannot replace that brush roll easily or cheaply. And I don't think that's really a good idea. That's just me personally. And you've got a lot of circuit boards, a lot of electronics in this thing. So the chances of having problems just increases. And for the price of $250, I think you can get better. And so, yeah. So I'm not totally against it, but I'm just giving you as much knowledge and information as I possibly can, so that way you can make informed decisions. And again, I'm going to be very clear. I'm not saying that you can't buy these things. I'm not saying that you should never buy these things. I'm just giving you suggestions to the best of my knowledge. And I'm being completely honest and telling you the truth here. Now, The Dyson ball animal, I think the prices are very high for what you get. Again, the brush roll issues, not being able to replace the roller brush, I just don't think that's a good idea. Dyson does have a decent supply of parts, both aftermarket and original, so I don't think it's horrible. But again, you're paying like $500, $600, $700 for a machine that's really not built quite as well as some others that are in that same price range. And so, um, when you spend a pretty penny on a vacuum cleaner, you want that thing to last a very long time. Let me tell you. I mean, it is not a short-term investment. Um, this Hoover Max Life Elite model UH75150. I think this is an excellent machine. Um, However, you can get this machine cheaper at Walmart. You can get this for like $98 at Walmart. So if you can get it from Walmart.com, um, it's a better price there. Um, so I would not pay the $145. I would look for it for like 98 to $100 at Walmart. But it does have the swivel feature. It does have um, fairly common size brush roll, belt, filters, and stuff, and it's very economical, and it seems to do a fairly good job. It's got a large capacity, um, and it's decent for a bagless vacuum cleaner. So that's another budget option. But again, I would look at Walmart for that one, because Walmart has it cheaper for the exact same machine. Again, all these machines are pretty much the same, but I recommend all of these that are in the same category. They're all pretty much the same. Just some of them have more. Some of them come with more tools. Some of them come with different tools. Some of them have a cord rewind. Some of them don't. So just kind of look around. And let me see. So yeah. Again, there's another one of these. Now, the Max Life Elite XL is slightly more than the other one. But again, I would think you would be able to find it cheaper than this. $163 at Walmart. So, this video is not sponsored by any of these companies that I am talking about here. This is just my honest opinions and what I've found. Now, this machine here, the Hoover Complete Performance Corded Bagged Upright Vacuum Cleaner model UH30651, I think is outstanding. Now, it is a bagged machine, $155. That's really a pretty decent deal. That's about the same price as the lower end Sharks. Honestly, like probably cheaper by $50. But it's much better. Parts availability, parts are everywhere. Takes the Hoover Type Y bags, which are all over the place. They've been around for years and years and years. And these Hoover wind tunnels doesn't say wind tunnel, but this is basically a wind tunnel type channel here. So you can't really go wrong with these. Um, very, very basic. So if you're on a medium type budget, I would say that this is a pretty good option. It'll basically do just about anything you'd need it to do. It's got height adjustments. Looks like four height adjustments. So decent selection. I would assume that the brush, roll, and belt are fairly easy to come by and replace. And yeah, it just seems like a good value for the money. Um, and again, whether any of these machines, whether it's a gift or a just something for yourself to spruce up your house for the holiday season. We have Thanksgiving coming, and then Christmas after that, and stuff. So you want to make sure that, if you need anything, appliance-wise, whether it's cooking, cleaning, whatever it is, then start looking at these things. And some of these machines are probably going to go on sale. I know that Target has some on sale right now. Just look around for Black Friday deals, look around for different sales and deals on certain things. Again, this is another Hoover Wind Tunnel bagless. This is probably the most basic version of that you're going to get. But I think the one I had originally showed that was like $99, I think that's the best value you're going to get and the best price. So I would look into that. These bagless commercial taskbacks, I think, for the price, absolute garbage. I would not even pay that amount for that plastic design. I would honestly pay like 100 to 120 for something like that, not 200. Again, some of these are just all different things now. There are quite a few options, but yeah, so there's a whole slew, and you can find so many of them. But I recommend getting something that's decent, that's bagged. Let me try and find something. Okay. Now, Hoover is a brand that I recommend very strongly nowadays in terms of the common budget household vacuum cleaners. This Hoover Wind Tunnel Max 3 High Performance Pet is a wonderful machine. It's model UH72625. Absolutely outstanding machine for the money. It is a large machine. It is wide. I think it has like a 40-foot cord. So if you have a large home and you're looking for a bagless vacuum cleaner, I think this is wonderful. Again, Hoover tends to make really good bagless vacuum cleaners if you have to go bagless. Very wide path, very large machine, very long hose, nice dusting brush attachment comes with it, nice crevice tool and extension wand. All those tools And it even has a headlight, believe it or not. So, amazing machine. I'm gonna try and make this quick, guys, because my battery is dying. So, I need to go here soon. But, yeah, so basically, a lot of these machines, there are a lot that I do recommend that are on the budget end. I've been very much accused of only being like a fancy Kirby snob, and that's just not true. I mean, yes, Kirby's are my favorite, but I am not at all opposed to budget machines. I think there are some really good ones out there. And so lastly, before I close out this video, this is another Hoover. My advice, I think Hoover is by far some of the best value that you're going to get for your money. They make very nice machines that are actually meant to last quite a while and have decent aftermarket support. And so I think this is going to be wonderful. Now, this is the Hoover Max Life Pro Pet Swivel vacuum cleaner. HEPA media filtration for carpet and hard floor. Model UH74220PC. It's about $120 right now on Amazon. 43% off. This is a great deal for a machine like this. Outstanding. And yeah, so it comes with your pet brushes, your pet tools, your crevice tools, your upholstery nozzle, just all that stuff. Has a decent cyclone system. It has a decent filter setup. In terms of getting parts for these, I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, it's a Hoover. Hoovers last forever if you take good care of them. And the customer service, as far as my experience goes, has been pretty good with Hoover. And you get a nice long hose there. So, that about does it. That's pretty much what I recommend. In terms of vacuum cleaners, I do recommend Bissell's as well. If you go for the Bissell Power Lifter bagged vacuum cleaners, I think those are wonderful. Those are really good for what they are. And again, it's bagged, but it has like a 35-foot cord or something like that. Or maybe a 30-foot cord, I'm not 100% sure. But decent vacuum cleaner for the money. I think it's like $140 or so, give or take. But again, I think Hoovers are just built a little bit better than Bissell's. I'm not saying that Bissell's are bad, but I'm just saying I think for your money, best bang for your buck, I think Hoovers are just going to be better overall. So, yeah, that about does it. And who knows, I might be back with another video on higher end models to consider this holiday season if that's what you want. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.